Time now for our interview of the week, and this week we are going to interview Chris and Irene from Irene Iron Fitness, a very popular YouTube channel, and we are going to learn about really making the RV lifestyle a healthy lifestyle.
And I can't wait for the things we're going to learn. Better ways to store food, buy food, cook when you're in a small RV. Can't wait.
Get fit out there. So you're going to enjoy this interview. All the stuff we talk about and links to their website and their YouTube channel will be in the description below. Check this out.
Time now for the RV Podcast Interview of the Week. Interesting, entertaining, and helpful information about the RV lifestyle. Here's Mike with this week's interview.
Hey guys, we're here.
Hey. Welcome. Hey. Come on in.
Come on in.
Well, it's great to be in the back of your Airstream Interstate.
Yeah, thanks for joining us.
Well, this is great. It's so good to meet you guys in person, to share what you're doing with our audience. Let's start, for those who are unfamiliar with what you do, describe your RVing passion and how it plays out on the road for you guys.
Go ahead.
So our RV passion is, one, we wanted to enjoy our life while we were in our physical prime. So we've been on the road for just over a full year now. We live full-time and work full-time in this Airstream Interstate. And we left our corporate careers. We each had corporate careers of 15 and 18 years. And we said enough is enough, and we want to just chase our dreams and live the best life while we are physically in our prime. So we started our own business that we do online coaching. We do fitness programs and nutrition coaching. And we want to help others in this lifestyle live the best life that they can live so that they can continue to be the best that they can be out on the road. It can be really hard for people to form routines and to practice healthy lifestyles. So I'm just here to help them get a program, feel confident about it, stay consistent, and I offer accountability to them through that. So that's it in a nutshell.
Yeah.
Now, it's a two-person job, though.
It sure is.
Talk about about working remotely and all of the infrastructure that goes into being able to coach people online.
Yes. So I run kind of the business side of it. Chris is more of the front face of it. She's the certified personal trainer and nutrition coach. And I run the website, created the website, and also do our YouTube channel. And part of that is being connected on the road. We use a simple Verizon unlimited hotspot, which works great for us. We have a WeBoost cell tower on top, and also a small MIMO antenna that hooks up to the hotspot, and that pretty much gets us connected everywhere. It's an easy, great lifestyle, and that's part of what is helping this trend grow a little bit.
Talk about the unhealthy parts of the RV lifestyle. We're always telling people how great it is, and it is,
Yeah.
but it comes at a cost if you're not careful with it.
Yeah. So first of all, just your movement is limited significantly. You know, you think of your old traditional life where you walk to your car, you get in your car, you drive to work, you walk in the parking lot, you're walking around from here to there, in between your daily scheduled events. And when you're in the RV, you're literally in, like, when I sit in my front chair, I'm in there driving. That's my work chair. I can reach the fridge with my arm, and that's really dangerous for people because you're not moving around and you're sitting all day and you're near food all day. And just that lack of activity is really tough. Even if you do try to do a fitness program, it's really hard because you're dependent on being outside. So the weather is a big factor. It's cold, it's raining, you know, all of these excuses that are valid challenges, but it's very hard for people to work past them. And that's just the movement aspect of it. You have the nutritional aspect of it where you're on a constant vacation and you're exploring all these awesome new cities and you want to experience the culture. And so much of social and just getting right into the culture involves eating the food and trying what cities are known for going out to eat, going to breweries, like that's all part of the travel lifestyle.
Especially when you first start full-time RVing. Most of us travel very quickly. We're in the cities, and it's very easy to find yourself adding 10 or 15 pounds without even realizing it.
And there isn't room for a scale.
That's true. I know. Like if all
I just use my belt buckle.
Yeah.
How many
That's how
notches
your
I have
clothes
to
fit,
let
but
it out.
Yeah.
It's easier when you get on a scale and you go,
Yes.
But then you always have the reality of trying to get in your jeans and
Right.
clothes.
Yeah. So for
Absolutely.
RVers, usually all of a sudden their clothes don't fit.
Right.
And then it's, I got to go buy new clothes. And you keep going into that direction. It gets really hard to reverse it. So, it's how do you go in this lifestyle but not put your health on vacation? Because you want to just have fun, and you really got to just rein it in and have some discipline when it comes to picking and choosing what you indulge in. We do some things where if we know we're going to a city and we know that we want to indulge in what the city's known for, we'll plan ahead for that. So we'll say, well, next Saturday we're going to be in New Orleans. We're going to get some beignets or whatever it may be. And we'll be really buttoned up until then because we have something planned and we have something that we're going to experience. And just having that set
Which
date.
is part of the fun.
Yeah. I mean, if you have something set out that you plan around and then you get to that day and you indulge a little bit, you don't have to have the guilt that comes with, like the dining out and the noshing. And that's something that I really like to work with my clients is practicing progress and not perfection, where you're making little decisions every day that make you better and better than the week before. And then you don't have to experience the guilt that comes along with just enjoying life and having some treats in moderation and still dining out, still having social moments with friends, because so much of the RV life is potlucks and getting together around a fire and having all these events to look forward to. So
Food. Life evolves around food.
It really does.
And friends and family. So,
What about eating on the road? How many of your meals do you prepare yourself? And your advice to RVers?
We prepare 99% of our meals.
I prepares.
Not you.
Yeah, pretty much 100%. The only time that we don't eat inside the van is when we're networking or in a social situation with others where a group goes out to eat. And
in full disclosure, we all went out to eat last night.
we did, and that
Okay, but here's my test. What did you eat? I didn't see what you ate.
I got the braised lamb.
Okay.
Yeah.
I got the steak, but I remember I was
I got
given-
the salmon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That was good.
And those
I
are
did
all
the
good
steak
choices.
also.
You
Yeah.
did the what?
The steak also.
Okay, good. I don't feel real bad then.
Yeah. So
okay.
that was a big treat for us.
Yeah.
Yes.
To dine out like that with friends and have a big experience. Like that was really fun.
So you do most of your cooking in the van. What are the challenges that you face? I mean, I can think of a couple right off the top, like a smaller refrigerator.
Yeah, refrigeration is one. There's a lot of challenges. So access to the grocery store. How often do you get to go grocery shopping? And storing your food, because in the refrigerators there's condensation issues and challenges such as your produce freezing, your meat spoiling, figuring out your refrigerator, figuring out airtight containers that can preserve your food longer, figuring out some canned goods that you can use with your limited fresh foods to stretch your fresh foods further throughout the week.
We can do about a week's worth of fresh food with our small fridge. We have the 3.1 cubic foot, more of the dorm size. So, and our freezer is, the really small one.
So where do you do most of your shopping? How do you give us some hints about packing food, bringing food?
We do the majority of our shopping at Costco. We buy bulk.
Or Sam's Club.
We're members at both. So we eat a lot of protein, animal protein, and a lot of vegetables, fresh produce, fresh eggs. Also, we get all of our grains like rice and quinoa, all in bulk, coffee in bulk. One of my tricks that I do to get as much into my fridge as possible is when I'm at Costco, I'll take bulky items out of the original packaging and I'll repackage it into like gallon-sized Ziplocs. A common example is the big giant tubs of spinach that would take up a third in my fridge. You put it into a Ziploc bag. I reuse the bags, and once you have some greens in there, you can squeeze out the air, and it really condenses down. And then also, once it's in that condensable packaging, as you work through your food, it takes up less and less size in your space in your fridge, versus if you have a big jar of something and you always have that big jar in there regardless of what's actually inside of it. So you always need to be mindful of your containers that you're using, getting it out of the original packaging, really puzzling the food in there. And it takes extra work to pull everything out to get to one item in the back and then put it all back in there. It's like anything in a van, we joke, because you have to move 52 things to get to the one item you want, and then you have to put it all back, and everything takes longer. But if you want something bad enough, you really just need to work for it, and you need to get used to being patient and working through your challenges, and eventually it becomes easier as you do it.
How about meal planning? How much work goes into that? Do you have any secrets about when you do it, how you do it?
Yeah. So right after I shop, that's a great time where I like to take the big packs of chicken and I'll cook up a whole 5 pounds of it. And I just pre-cook it. And then I'll do the same with rice, where I'll just make a big pot of rice, and bulk prepping is what this is. And so then I'll have cooked rice in the fridge, I'll have cooked chicken in the fridge, and then I have vegetables in the fridge. So then when it's dinner time, it's really quick and easy to just heat up the chicken, add in the rice, add in the vegetables, and then you can have a delicious stir fry within 10 minutes. And we do a lot of stir fries. I do a lot of one skillet meals. Most of my food is cooked on a 10-inch skillet.
No Instant Pot, no
I
air
just was going to
fryer.
ask that.
Yeah.
No Instant Pot.
No Instant Pot. I'm not a fan of the Instant Pots. I just like to have my skillet, and that's it. It's a lot easier. It's easier cleanup. You don't have to use electricity. We use our propane, so energy is another challenge on the road. How do you cook? Is it propane, or are you using off your battery? Those are things to consider.
Yeah. A lot of that bulk will be done at campsites while we have access to water and full electricity. So then if we plan on, going out boondocking for 3-4 days, we'll be prepped up and ready to go.
Yeah, so we definitely take advantage of plug-in and water while we have it.
Now, we will link to your YouTube channel and all your information in the description below, but favorite recipes? Chicken and rice, rice and chicken, and rice and chicken. What else is there?
So that's what is called, I call that the blank canvas. Your chicken and your rice and your vegetables. It's super boring. Nobody likes to eat that way. So what I like to do is add in my colors, which is your spices, your herbs, your condiments, your sauces, your flavors that you enjoy. So even though chicken and vegetables and rice go into a dish, it's really so much more than that, because you're flavoring it with spices. And that's where most people struggle with eating healthy, because
they'll do steamed broccoli and plain chicken breasts
that's just, it's boring,
Do you have recipes that you share?
I have recipes, yes, on my blog, IreneIronFitness.com. I do usually weekly recipes, not always, but it's pretty consistent. Some of my most popular ones are dirty rice, sun-dried tomato chicken. I like to do a lot of ethnic geared recipes to play with spices, figure out what people like. I personally like to do a lot of Asian dishes and Mexican dishes. I like smoked paprika. I have a really big spice cabinet, so I definitely put them to use.
Now, for those who listen to this on the podcast, we have a video version of the interview, and we're going to show you some of this stuff so you can see it.
Yeah.
So you may want to listen to it or watch it on YouTube or both. Now we come to, I think, the thing that my wife keeps me busy doing, and finding ways and places to work out.
So, finding ways and places to work out. Planet Fitness, Anytime Fitness, the gyms that you can go to. Bands and all those different things. So, what do you use? You carry some free weights?
We do. So, we carry dumbbells. I'm a huge advocate for dumbbells. We carry adjustable sets. On the RVs, the adjustable versions are critical because you have one footprint. It's less weight. Everybody's concerned about space and weight on the RV, so adjustable dumbbells are great.
We have 150 pounds of dumbbells right underneath us that we're sitting on.
Yeah. And I love the dumbbells because no matter what fitness level you're at, the dumbbells will progress with you, which is one of the main benefits of the dumbbells is you can continually add weight and get better and stronger, and you don't get stuck. Like, some people can get really bored using just their body weight and a picnic table, and you feel some limitations with that. So we really like the dumbbells, but we also have some Liebert Fitness equalizer bars. Those are parallel bars that you can use for like push-ups and dips and pull-ups. It's really cool. We also have Planet Fitness membership too. So we travel around when we're going through Planet Fitness areas. We absolutely love hitting them up, and we always joke because we go to the gym to work out, not just to shower.
However, that unlimited hot shower is pretty nice, isn't it? After living in a glass before.
I never have been a fan of the bands. Because I think it's too easy to cheat or do it wrong.
Yes.
Right. I agree. I am not a fan of the bands.
We have them also in our gym that we carry with us, but we honestly don't use them. We prefer the dumbbells for sure.
It's really hard to find your tension using the bands and to have enough resistance. So we bought them to try them out, because in this lifestyle it is alluring to a lot of people because they're lightweight, they're not as bulky as the dumbbells, but for results I think you really just need to invest some space and a little bit of money into the dumbbells, and you can really get some great pairs used. I always recommend trying to buy dumbbells used because they're heavy, they're expensive, and if you can get a used pair for half price, why not?
Now, so many people in the RV lifestyle they're so diverse in terms of age and health.
Yeah.
But in general, we've talked about it not being, how it cannot be a very healthy lifestyle. What are the things that you recommend that would apply to everybody? And then maybe we can talk about fitness levels.
Sure. So recommending walking. For one. Number one, just get up and move. Try to get out of your vehicle 3 times a day. Set a goal in steps for yourself. You don't need to be crazy and shoot for 20,000 steps. What you need to do is look at what your current activity level is currently and how can you make it a little bit better, and monitor that and work your way up so that you don't feel like you're overwhelmed with your goals. You need to start with goals that you enjoy and that you can reach. You stick with it every day, and you feel really accomplished, and you feel motivated to keep going when you're succeeding at it.
Yeah, we don't do anything drastic. There's no elimination diets that you can't eat any of this, or you have to do, you said, 20,000 steps, or this amount of weight. It's all about seeing where you are at in your personal level, and just, like she said, increasing it a little bit.
So I'm wondering if you have yoga bands to help you stretch, if you do anything like that, or if you don't need that.
I have a yoga mat. I don't have stretching bands. I really struggle personally with stretching. I know how important it is, and I don't do it enough. And I'll be the first to admit, I need to stretch more. I need to add in some stretching into my life.
That is the area that I am the weakest.
Yeah.
In. And I'm paying for it now as I age, because I do it, my aerobic part, do my weights, and then I'm so late, I don't take time to stretch.
Yeah. When I really feel it is after I've been sitting for an extended period, whether it's driving or sitting in my front desk working, and then I stand up and I can feel just my hips being tight, giving out on my legs, and it's a daily reminder of how I am neglecting that area of my own life, and I put so much time and focus into other fitness practices, but I do need to work on that. It's I need a coach to push me through that.
Isn't it healthy to know that the expert needs a little help too?
I used to teach exercise classes. I teach 6 or 7 a week, and I would stretch because I was telling them to stretch. And now that it's just up to me to make the time to stretch, I'm not doing it, and I know better.
Yeah.
So tell me about your guys' routine for fitness on the road. What we learned that you cook 99% of the time, so you got healthier food. You know where the food comes from.
Yeah.
But how about the two of you? Give us a typical day on the road.
You want to talk about that?
Sure. Well, I would say a typical workout for us is resistance training, like we said, with dumbbells. We do try to do it at our campsite or where we're at. A lot of times you're not at a gym. So we also carry a clam tent with us that helps us kind of shelter the weather a little bit. But we would do 50 to 60 minutes of resistance training 5 to 6 days a week. And for cardio, we do a little bit less cardio. It's more walking, maybe some slow jogging. one thing with cardio, if you do too much, it can really increase your hunger level. Yeah. And so that can be a factor there.
Yeah, when people are really overdoing the cardio, there's a very common misconception that cardio is going to be more effective for weight loss. The best way to lose weight. And I truly believe that weight training is the most effective for changing your body composition, melting fat, sculpting your body, changing your physique. And with the cardio, when people are just running for hours, they get worn out. They don't have energy to do anything else. They do make those poor food choices because you're so ravenous. And so we like to do a very low intensity. We'll do some jogs. I love to jog for my mental clarity. It makes me feel better. It's a stress reducer. It makes me feel happy. That's why I find it to be important. There are some people that have some heart health goals or really just want to work on their endurance. Mm-hmm. But for overall weight loss and changing your composition, weight training is key.
Now, there are all different levels of that as people age. Yeah. Give us, let's start with the older demographic out there. They're saying, well, they're not carrying around dumbbells. But what can they do?
Well, we'll still recommend dumbbells.
Yeah.
Good. Well, then, yeah.
You know, just doing things with your body weight. So air squats, doing some press-ups against the wall, doing some inchworms where you stand up and you walk, if you know what an inchworm is. It's a core work basically, but there are some basic movements that you can do with body weights that's easier on the joints and you don't have to be so aggressive. Mm-hmm. I know,
but your body adapts quickly. You know, the human body is a great machine where once you do something for a week, 2 weeks, 3 weeks, 4 weeks, it adapts very quickly. So that's where a little bit of increased weight, even something small, 5 pounds, 10 pounds, can really help
and if
out.
You do have access to a gym, using the cable machines are really good for older people because it's easier on the joints and a little bit more controlled movements that way. So I've heard really great feedback from people on those pulley cables. So
last part is you coach and help people online. For those who say, I do need some help, what's a typical program you would start them off with? How would you set them up? Would you what's involved in having you be their long distance coach?
Yeah, so that's a great question. I offer packages in 3 months, 6 months, or 12 months. So if you're somebody that really just wants a kick in the butt, you want to build some healthy habits, you don't have a lot of weight to lose, the 3 month might be a really good option just to get that accountability, to get you in that routine. If you have a lot of weight to lose and you really want to be in it for the long haul, you might need that full 12 months because
to do it the right way.
It takes
the
time.
Sustainable way.
So what the program involves is I'll write a fitness routine and I'll deliver that through, it's all web-based, through a cloud-based system. So you get your workout program online. You can see some demonstration videos on how to do the exercises if you're not familiar with the movements, which is really good for beginners to add that confidence with the dumbbells. We do nutrition coaching online. So every 2 weeks you switch your habit that you focus on. And it's very progressive. So we look at how you're eating for like a month and a half before we even start to look at what you're eating. Little things like eating mindfully, eating slowly, drinking water, things like that.
Watching processed foods, limiting your carbs, all the stuff that we know or hear. And
so there's some nutritional articles that I supply, just to help deliver knowledge to my clients because I want them to learn and I want them to understand why we're doing what they're doing and feel like when they're done with the program, like they don't need me anymore because they've learned some things and I don't want them to rely on me forever.
Last question. You do this online and of course you're traveling, you're enjoying the RV lifestyle. And how do you manage work? When do you do work? Do you have set times that you do work?
We're pretty routine-ish. We were in our previous at-home life, we were very strict to our routine, and we kind of are the same way now. So we wake up about 5 a.m. and we try to get the majority of our work done in the morning. Depending on weather, we'll like to get our workout done in the morning also. But then we kind of find ourselves working later on into the evening too. But we try to cut it off around 7 o'clock so that we're not just sitting there continuously working and working and working.
Well, this has been fun.
This really has been fun.
Yeah, and we thank you guys so much for for what you're doing for the RV community, helping to be healthier so we can all go out there and enjoy that lifestyle even longer.
Yeah, the goal is to do it longer.
Yeah.
Thanks. Again, we'll put links to everything in the description.
Well, thanks so
guys.
much for coming over and getting to chat with us.
So that was really fun.
Oh, I picked up so many helpful tips and hints that I'm going to apply to our traveling.
Hey, we hope you enjoyed this interview. If you did, please give it a thumbs up. And we invite you to subscribe to the RV Lifestyle channel right here on YouTube. When you do that, don't forget to click that bell. Then you'll be notified when we have new videos online. We're Mike and Jennifer Wendland. Thanks for watching.
Happy trails!